Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Transport Fever 2. Coming at you with more of our Dedication Island series. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. So we're taking a look at a train that's going to see the end of its days on today's episode. It's a beautiful train. It's the China JF1, whatever it's called. We've been using it absolutely crazy all over the map for years and years and years. It's been a workhorse for us, that's for sure. But today is the time to say goodbye to this bad boy. At least in many, many cases. There goes another version of it right there. There's another one right there. Look at that. So, we're not necessarily, by the way, we've got to replace all of these. Look at all these old signals we've got to replace. We'll get on that eventually, someday. There it goes again. There's going to be some lines where we go ahead and just stick with what we've got, but all the main lines, all the main junctions where we are transporting goods and people across the map, we are going to be upgrading. We're going to be doing all the upgrades, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a great day. I hope you are excited. So let's take a look, shall we? We got lots of stuff to do, lots of changes. Not a lot of different things to do, but a lot of the same thing to do, and that is to upgrade to a couple of different trains. So in addition to that particular train, we've also been very heavily relying upon, for PAX trains, we've been relying on this guy right here. And you can see this guy's pretty worn out as well. And we're going to be doing all the upgrades and making stuff better, because we can go faster and with more power than ever before. I'm going to show you why. The reason why we can do that, and let's just swing back over to where we started here, shall we? Let's go ahead and grab this guy. The reason why we can do that is, when you take a look at here, we're just going to go ahead and fix them both up here. We obviously we have actually a brand new train that is an absolute beast. The Russian class P-36. This thing, look at that thing. It just looks like it's ready to run somebody over. It's huge. It's beautiful. And it actually just became available here in 1954. And it actually had relevance for 5 decades. It doesn't go irrelevant until 2004. Whereas you look at our China Railways JF1 that we've been using, it actually very soon will be obsolete. And doesn't have the speed or the power. Now, previously, having a train like this wouldn't be nearly as valuable because the 125 kilometers was kind of useless when your cargo was not capable of it. But now, we have unlocked, also becoming available in 1950, these brand new, beautiful cars, which are capable of 120 kilometers an hour. So we're going to be going much faster and with much more power. And then we also unlocked a passenger train capable of 120 kilometers as well. So we're going to have all of our main lines, everything's going to be capable of 120 kilometers an hour. Now, in order to keep up with a little bit of variety and just to give everybody a little bit of exposure to some different trains, I don't want to just do all of the exact same train. We're going to upgrade our passenger trains from this S-Class, which has been good, again, going obsolete in like 6 years, to this SU class. And it's capable of the same speed with a lot more power. I think somewhere around 50% more power. And with a similar weight. But it's actually, what is it, 27? So it's a little bit more relevant for a little bit longer. And it says here, this new design, which could also be operated with inferior coal after World War I, was so successful that it was used for decades. So we're going to use this for a little while. We hadn't switched over to using this. We've been sticking with the S-Class. But we're going to spend a little bit extra money for that power in order to get the speed up. Now, it's only capable of 115. The only way we could have everything going 120 would be to use this guy, but I don't want to use the exact same train everywhere. So let's go ahead and use the SU on all of our passenger trains, and then we'll use the P-36 for all the other stuff. So I, of course, waited too long and I wasn't clicked on that thing. Where is it? Here, is this it? There we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to switch these out. We're going to grab this P36, just like that. And we are going to, we had 12 of those, cargo, which would have been what? Is there a way to see capacity of 144? Okay. So if we, let me just go back here. So we're going to go there. We had a capacity of 144. Certainly we're going to be going much faster, and we're going to be having a lot more better acceleration as well. So carrying a ridiculous amount isn't necessarily going to be the case. I like the idea of having 2 of these bad boys going. I'd like to have our capacity at a minimum of 400 so that the city can take in, you know, everything it needs for the near future. This is heading to Joshland, of course. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab. Is this the same ones that we were using? Sorry, we were using these that only did 80. Is that right? And now and this is the different one, yeah. So that's right, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and grab these. And is that when I just went to mediocre there? Yeah, it's good all the way up to here. 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's a capacity of 126. I'm going to go ahead and say 180 capacity with 10 of them is kind of nice looking. It's going to get up to speed relatively quickly. And I'm going to go ahead and say it's for both. And yeah, so we're going to go boom like that. The capacity is up. I'm pretty sure this is going to be capable of more than 140 on this line. So I'm going to go ahead and purchase that. And then let's go take a look at this bad boy. Let's go find him. And is this him? No, that's not him. That isn't him. That's not him either. Where's the ones I just did? Are they both down here? No, that's a different one. Oh, here it is here. I don't know where the other one went. There should be 2 of them. Look at that thing. Oh, man. Oh. It has an automated system for delivering the coal as well. It is an absolute beastorama. Let's go ahead and watch this thing get up to speed. Traveling at 48 kilometers an hour here. I gotta change out all the signals. It's too bad there's not a button you can push. Just say, okay, upgrade all signals or something, you know. Or have them just automatically upgrade when you upgrade the track or something. Like, look at this thing. It's moving. She's trucking along. She's up to 90 already. Wonder if she'll hit top speed, because when you're going this quick, you accelerate right into the corners. 110. Capable of 120. It is just moving right along. And just as it gets to the corner, she's going to dial in at 120. Look at that. Of course, it's almost there now. Love this long bend here coming in. Real nice shot of Rangerton as you come in here. And you can see here we've caught up almost to this guy. Whoops. Caught up almost to this guy. So let's go ahead and upgrade him. So he's... that is... This line right here, actually... Let me just back that up for a second. I'm curious about something. I don't think this line's currently capable... It's only capable of delivering 220. We want to double the output. So we're going to want to double what we're capable of here, basically. So... This vehicle is... Got 168 capacity. Okay. So let me replace that with the with our P-36, and we'll get our tank cars here, and let's see what 10 looks like. That's 9, that's 10, that's capacity of 180. We'll of course be going much faster, and very similar uptick to our other line. I feel like this is a good number, and this will get us right about there. So that gets us... I don't know why it switches away like that. So this is now capable of carrying... Oh wait, that's the wrong one. Did it already take off? It already took off. Okay, here we go. There it is. Got some nice tankers on the back there. Trucking right along. Looking good. Almost up to 100 kilometers an hour already. And then what I'd like to do is this line is now capable of 240. So if we get another one of those on there, it'll be capable of 480. So when this gets to the other end, what would be really nice is if we could just stick another one on that line and be all happy about it. So let's go like this and like this. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll buy him. They are not cheap. And we're going to stick it on... this is fuel to Jocelyn Depot. It's like that. And so it is now going to pull out of here and get in there. And where are we? This is Jocelyn here. So it's now just arriving there. So it's basically going to be on the opposite end of where this one is. In fact, just to make it kind of a little bit more perfect, I'm just going to slow this guy down for just a second. Just while this guy pulls in here and grabs the load. As soon as he flips around, we'll start him up. And away we go. That way they're nice and smooth like that. This guy's going to get held up just a second, but that's okay. Where's his counterpart? His counterpart's down here as well. So they're also... they're actually almost kind of getting in each other's way. It'd be nice to actually get those guys offset, but I don't have time to worry about that too much right now. What we want to do next is we want to get the... so let's double check here. Excuse me. The fuel is got a 508, and the... oh, that's what happened. That's why I couldn't identify. Okay, there we go. So I need to manage this vehicle. And let's go like this. I don't know. I thought I had that switched off so it wouldn't... Oh, well. And then we're going to want 10 of the cargoes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that. And replace. And now... we can see what we're capable of here. So 472. That's somewhere in the vicinity of 500. We're going to want to make sure that both of these lines are capable. This is actually only capable of 379 right here. So let's go ahead real quick. And let's go ahead and grab a couple more of those. Clone them up. Get us into the 400 range. Because I'm pretty sure that Joshland is now... getting close to requiring in the vicinity of 400 on both lines. In fact, they're slightly over. So, yeah, if we can hit those numbers, that would be fantastic. That would be fantastic. All right. And then we've got the two goods lines. The one going to the north, 160 is a pretty good number. The one going to the south, I definitely want to be higher than that. 350, I think, is a pretty good number as well. Although we could upgrade those vehicles, but for now, I'm just going to leave it. Now let's go and see what we're doing in here. We've got the goods to Shepland line is the next one we want to take a look at. Capable of 340. Got 16 of those guys. I'm thinking like something like 14. Two trains doing 14 should probably get us there. Maybe even 12. Because it's a longer line, we're going to be doing top speed for much longer. What's this city capable of right now? Pushing into the mid 300s. Okay, let's do this. Let's go like that. And we'll go ahead and once again P36 and boxcars. So there's the 10. I want to go at least 12, I think. Let's see what it's capable of at 12. These guys are going to be just doing so much more speed, right? So over that long distance, the extra speed's going to make a big difference. And I think our capacity is pretty similar. It's actually slightly over 200. It's definitely more than it probably was, right? At 16. Yeah, I think it's probably pretty similar. Alright, so let's go 379. I could adjust upwards a bit. We might, in the future, have to throw a little bit more power in that. But at that point, we might have a more powerful train by the time we need more than 379. But I think that could trend up as well and correct. So that's the goods to Sheplin. So that's all the stuff on here is good. I'd also like to make an adjustment on the lines in here. Specifically on this Steel the Goods Factory, of course. Capable of 709 currently. It's actually short of what we actually wanted at. We actually want that at 800 minimum. And we're currently running 16 of the state cars. And we'll be, of course, able to upgrade the speed. And on this, of course, as we try to upgrade our goods in the future, this line's gonna have to be capable of more anyway. It's the 800 is just the beginning. This line's gonna have to be capable of way more sooner or later. So what we will do is we will go ahead once again and grab our P36, and we'll go ahead and grab the cargoes, and it's the state cars this time around. And I think a dozen anyway. We'll start there and see what this line's capable of now. Pushing upwards of 800, that's good. I think I'll probably make them 14s. Actually. It probably would correct itself a little bit, but at the very least, I think I want to make them 14s just so that we're not pushing it. Let's go ahead and let's go to the line and manage all vehicles, and let's just go ahead and make that change right now. And just like that, and we'll go. There's 14, 5, 10, 14. So I have the 2 extras on there, and that's going to make that line fully capable of close to 1,000. There you go. That gets us there. All right, so that's taken care of. The other thing is we could potentially mess around with this line. What do we have in here? We have the food coming in, capable of 539, and that's got to deliver to Henduniapolis, who's demanding close to 300, and it delivers to Morphus City, who's slightly over 200. So that line needs to be in the 500 range, certainly. And upgrading wouldn't necessarily be a bad idea, but it's capable of what it needs to be right now. So I think I'm going to leave that line because it actually doesn't need extra speed to keep up. The line down here, bringing in the goods to Druidville, is just the one vehicle capable of hitting the mark, 353 to 293. So it's capable of hitting it. I'm just going to go ahead and leave that. Again, it's nice to have a little variety in the tracks. There's no need to replace everything immediately just because you got a brand new train. So let's come in here to Rangerton and continue to take a look at things. We just did a thing. Heavy loaded. Have a train filled with at least 250 cargo items. Boom. Achievement. There we go. Alright, so we got this Tools to Rangerton line here, and it's capable of 339 currently, and the demand is actually slightly north of that. So we're going to want a demand definitely that can reach 400 plus. And we're of course going to be upgrading speed again, so we don't need to ramp up the number totally, but I think 12 I think the new vehicle, our steam engine here, the P36, and I think we're going to go with 12 of the new cars, and that's going to definitely future-proof us well into the future. In fact, this particular locomotive is capable of going, into the 2000 range, and this should be enough to handle it for quite some time. So I would imagine these guys right here. Whoops. Little bit of a problem here. Oh, there we go. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. So what we'll do is we will check out what's going on. Oop. There we go. 618. So it's fully capable of way more than we need it to be. In fact, I think it's probably worth doing a bit of a dial down on that, if we're being honest, because that's way more than we need, and we're just paying for stuff we don't need. So just on a regular basis efficiency thing, we could go like this, and let's just go right to 10 instead of 12, like that. Actually got $8 million back right there for selling back those guys. And yeah, so that's going to be capable of everything we need, I think, in there. 515, that's plenty for that city to grow into what it needs to. So here comes another version of it right there as well. And what we're going to need to do is, what I'd like to do, let's take a look here. We're going to have some people getting held up because we've got fast. Well, actually, these are capable of about 100. Yeah, so this isn't too bad. I was going to say the passenger trains might get in the way on some of these more upgraded locomotives, but we should be fine. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. This line is capable of a lot. 1146 this line's capable of, and right now we're only capable of making 800 and receiving 800, so we're way over. But that being said, where else do we need to get tools to at some point? Because of course we're getting Curryburg and Rangerton done, and we're getting them delivered up to Brompton, and we're basically at our limits, if not stretching it. And we're going to want to get to Kinshotaki as well, and there's a plan to change this, basically make an edit to this line. And basically, so you come up here and then swoop up into here and up into Kinsho. So that's going to be something we do in the near future. That'll require an upgrade to the tools once again. But for now, I think we could definitely get away with something closer to 12 with the 3 trains. Now, I don't want to have more than 3 trains on this line at any given time, anytime in the future, because this line is a very particularly busy line. And I don't want to increase our capacity by increasing the number of actual trains. So we will make the adjustments on capacity of 3 trains. So it will involve adding more capacity lengthwise. But for now, if we go to 12 with the extra speed, I think we're probably still going to be well over what we're capable, what we need to do. But that's okay. We're going to live with that. So here it comes now. Looking real good. And this line's, yeah, it's actually kept its capabilities. So this line's basically future-proof for when we upgrade one more factory on each end and bring in the extra wood needed. And so that'll be good. In fact, what's actually interesting is the upgrading of the lines coming into these factories is going to be interesting, because it was basically going to allow us to even decrease the traffic on this line more. And I'm wondering if I don't want to target a capability of 1200 on these lines. Well, actually, it'd be 2400 on these lines in order to make the capability of 1200 here. Well, actually, how would we do that? No, actually, this would still stay. This line here would still stay at 800 to cover these two. But this line here, we might want to target 1600 for the acquisition of more wood, say from these two here, or perhaps these two here coming up. Actually, probably be these two, because I think I'm going to send these two to this harbor to send down to make the planks in Dostopia in the future. But at any rate, that's regardless. These two right here, I think we want to eventually we'll bring in here, like I said, and load up to come around. So that would mean we need to be at 1600 for that line. So let's take a look at what we're at right now. The logs to Joshua are 800. Oh, wowzers. So if we were to, let's say, just stick with 1600s, but or 16 wagons, but they're obviously the superior wagons, so higher capacity and higher speed, and then we could see what that gets us to. So manage vehicles, that's got us at, there's 4 vehicles on that line, and we're going to go steam, and we're going to go P36, and then we're going to go cargo, and we got our state cars here, and we're going to go with 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That gets us at 16 cars. And with the better engine, of course. Like that. I don't know why it switches over like that to the planes or whatever. It's so weird. But that gives us these bad boys right here. And we got the conveniently timed autosave. Thank you, autosave. Not too shabby. Capable of 288 per vehicle. This line is now capable of 1215. And again, that could make an adjustment as those numbers tend to kind of waffle around until it gets dials in. So that's interesting. 1215. So that means that we would need about a 33% increase in the capacity to get to 1600, which means if we were to go from 16s to like 21s, that would get us there without increasing the number of trains, or we could just add one more train if we felt like we had the room. In order to do that, we would probably want to check out a possibility of decreasing the number of trains on this line. Currently has 3, capable of 886. I think that this line right here might be capable of doing the 800 with just 2 trains. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make the adjustment, just like this. I'm going to add in this guy, and we're going to go to the cargo with the new stakes. And we're currently at 16. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is 15. Let's go all the way to 16 and then see if that gets us to 1200. And if it does, then we can delete. As long as we get to 1200, we can delete one of the trains, basically. And we've got a problem. Did we make a train that's too long? I think we did. I do believe we did. Yep. We're going to have to make an adjustment to this right here. What I'd like to do first, though, is take a look at this line. 1396. We absolutely did. We could actually probably dial those back to 15 and still get rid of one. Excellent. So that's going to, that way it actually, for now, it decreases our capacity. Or sorry, it decreases our quantity of trains on this particular part of the track where these two meet up and come to here. So that that way we've got less congestion for having to wait for each other in that. And then, of course, in the future, if we do have to add one more train to this line to get to that number, then we'll still be fine because of the reduction previously. I'm just trying to think here. So let's go ahead and we're going to have to make an adjustment here. Okay, so we need to go and configure this thing here, and we're going to actually need to go in. I need to bulldoze some stuff out here. Bulldoze that back, and that's actually pretty much it. That should be enough. I'd like to configure it out 2 more levels. How many are we at right now? We're at... we were at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we definitely weren't even close to enough. We needed this to be at 8 for a minimum. Oh, come on. Then we'll go platform and there. Excuse me. All right, come on. So that should give us the length we need to handle any trains in the future now. And then we just need to come in here to grab the track. Those will hook up perfectly. Except it's got catenary on again because I hate you, game. And then we need to do a crossover. Like that. And like that. Once again, put in some signals that are not irrelevant. Or not, are outdated, I should say. Irrelevant's the wrong word. So there's your crossover. That should clear everything up and make us fully capable once again. All right, that's problem is averted. And what I'd like to do before we actually go ahead and pause it, doesn't really matter. But I'm going to go ahead and in here. Wow. What? 2159. What's going on here now? What the heck's going on here now? Ah, okay. So this guy needs to turn around. And he's probably blocked. Ah, such a pain in the butt. No, he doesn't want to go around. Okay, this is what I need to do. So I gotta redo this whole thing. So frustrating. So I need to go ahead and grab this, and we'll go like this, like that. And this guy can turn around. So many headaches. And we just need to clear the way there. Like that. And we'll come back in here and we'll delete that again. And then we can replace those tracks one more time. Like that. And then you come back here. Why isn't that working? There we go. And really? Please play. There we go. I'm not even sure what the heck just happened there. I don't even know what's going on. I don't understand. Is there something wrong with the track? It looks like there's something wrong with the track, maybe. God, this is not supposed to be this difficult. It's so frustrating. There we go. Like that. Is that okay? If I go like this, are you okay with that? And then like this. Are you okay with that? Thank you. How about this? And this? Are we all capable of that? Yeah? Are we good? Everybody good? Not everybody is okay. Is this track not long enough now? What the heck happened here? That should be long enough. Okay, let's do this. This is on that track. This is on the sawmill track. This is on the sawmill track. That guy actually has wood on board. I'm going to delete this guy. Like that. And then what has to happen is, I don't know if this wasn't long enough. 1, 2, 3. How long did I make those things? It might not be long enough. Let's take a look and see if this guy was long enough in here. Because if he's not, then I'll have to make quite the adjustment here. This truck should be easily long enough. Yeah, it's by far long enough. I don't know what the heck happened there. How'd that guy get turned around? Oh, well. So that guy's there. Oh, we got some new Russian class. Okay, I think those are those electric? Let's take a look at those. That might change our dynamic here. So if we go in here, this line is now capable of, okay, that's dialed in at 1600. That's where we need it to be. So that's actually really good. It's made some adjustments, and then this one here is actually even more than it needs to. I thought it could adjust down since I deleted that one, but this is good news in here. This is good news in here. Trains are capable of upgrading without having to make any more adjustments. That's fantastic. Let's take a look at. I think we are good here. We need to take a look at. Well, the spacing on that could definitely be better. Let's take a look at our options for passenger trains, shall we? So let's go in here and we're going to manage this. Now, we have, I think we've added in something. Yeah, they're diesel. Okay, they're diesel. 100 kilometer an hour capability. That is not going to cut it. Yeah, those are diesel multi-units as well. So yeah, I think that's not going to cut it because I think we want to have that speed. So we're going to go with the SU still. We're going to add that in. And then we're going to go with the passenger side. And these guys here, which are capable of 120 kilometers an hour. And the loading speed actually goes down from 4 to 2. Looks like because there's a middle passenger section here where you can get off. Whereas here it's only on both ends. So maybe that's how they calculate that as being better and worse. So loading speed goes down to 2, which sucks. But it's got a little bit more capacity. And of course the extra speed is a big difference maker. So let's go ahead and add in 3 of those. Wait, did I just click the wrong ones? I think I did. I just added the wrong ones. I'm amazing. Passenger, we want these. 1, 2, 3. There. And of course, I only changed the 1 now. This is awesome. Okay, that's alright. I'm going to come in this end anyway, because on this end, I can change all of them. So Jocelyn to Sheplin, we just need to change this guy in particular. And I'm going to stick with the same SU and the passenger. 1, 2, 3. Just like that. And then, now I'm curious actually about the overall. The Brompton line needs improvement. The Sheplin line is not too bad, but it's. I think now that we've got the faster train, And combine nothing's going to get in the way of it, of course. And you combine that with the slightly higher capacity, we might be okay here. The Rangerton line seems to be fine on its size for sure. The Brompton line may be an upgrade, although I don't think so. I think that we can sort this out. We go with the SU, and we want these 1, 2, 3, and replace. And things are moving right along. Pretty good. 115 kilometers an hour as it approaches the station with a full load of 63 people. Fantastic. Alright. Alrighty. And next is, we did Brompton, Rangerton. We have actually 3 full lines. I'm going to go ahead and stick with the size that we've got. Oops. That's this guy here still. And I'm going to go ahead and stick with 3 of the passenger trains, even though it seems like they're not quite running full, that's for sure. They're probably not going to run full. Be close. And then the Kinshotaki line, let's do the same thing here. So again, everybody's going to have the Russian class SU. Oh, let's not do that. I'm pretty sure we just vanished a whole bunch of people into the middle of nowhere. I do that sometimes, and I don't know why. There we go. There you go. So now we have that, and the only thing else I think adjustment we have to make before we can say we've done our job. What's this line? This is the line going to Kinshotaki. How is the busyness level here? Kinshotaki. How does it look down here? A lot of people want to get to Kinshotaki. So I think we may need to do an upgrade here to 3 cars. I think it's probably worth. So that's going to... Oh, wrong train station. So let's go ahead and say Ranger... So it's funny because people leaving Kinshotaki to Rangerton is actually down. Is basically 0, but there's tons of people wanting to go Rangerton to Kinshotaki. So let's just go ahead and say we'll go with 3 on that, and the 2 vehicles is fine. And that guy's running relatively empty, but at the other end he'll be quite full. So that's not too bad. And the last thing we need on this line is this construction materials coming into Kinshotaki. We're going to want this line to be capable of a little bit more, because it's got to meet Kinshotaki's 323 and Henduniapolis's 284. So that's 600 that this line is going to be capable of. And currently, it can only do 534. Now, the increase in speed should easily make up the difference by a lot, because you got to think the max speed just is going from 80 to 120. So it's a 50% increase in max speed alone. So you could probably drop these down to 12 and still be getting an increase overall in the capacity. I'm going to go ahead and see what dropping them down to 12, especially on a longer route like that, where you're going to really be able to take advantage of that high speed. So let's go ahead and stick that on there, and I'm going to go ahead and try out the 12s with the higher capacity cars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. $95 million. And now this line is capable of somewhere around 600. So we tabulated that pretty well, I think. Tabulated that pretty well. If it's capable of 600, it should be pretty future-proof for quite some time. I would like to amend that right there. I want to see this guy get up to speed. What am I doing here? Boom. Just like that. Let's see this guy get up to speed, shall you? In fact, you know what? Let's go ahead just like this. Let's ride on board. Where's the cabin? Is the cabin even capable of seeing out this thing? I don't think so. Oh, maybe there. Not bad. I think we're going to look out the side, maybe. Up to 100 kilometers an hour already, and it hasn't even gotten through the bend. It's got a nice long straight coming up. It's going to be able to do lots of speed. Gotta love those high speeds, baby. 115 as it comes onto the straightaway. Through the tunnel. Again, need to replace a lot of signals. Probably have more than we need as well. This is overkill on the signals back when I was paranoid about having lots of trains on the tracks. Oh my god, look at all the signals. What have I done? Up to 120 and flying through this junction like nothing. Station goes flying on by. I mean, even when you look at this game, like when you look at shots like that as you go by, like that just looks really cool. Really great models they've made to upgrade the visuals of the game. And now, as we make our approach... Oh, we're going to have to actually slow down a little bit here, unfortunately, because we're getting caught up with a train coming off the line from Joshland. And, or actually, that's probably the line coming from Shepland with the tools. But yeah, so we're making our approach into Brompton here, and we've added lots of cool trains, and we're going faster. We'll get things done much quicker. We're capable of upgrading stuff so much better now. And I think that means... Ooh, it's a nice shot right there. Look at that shot right there, ladies and gentlemen. That's beautiful. We're capable of more. So in the future, you will see more get done. Thank you so much for joining me today, folks. I really do appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed seeing all the new trains. Bye-bye.